continuing story of Peyton Place. Starring Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Ryan O'Neal as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington, Patricia Morrow as Rita Harrington, James Douglas as Stephen Cord, Elizabeth Walker as Carolyn Russell, and also starring Barbara Rush as Marcia Russell.
A few days ago, in the corridor of Doctor's Hospital, young Lou Miles told his father, Dr. Harry Miles, that he would return to his extracurricular science project. A decision which seemed to carry with it a revival of Dr. Miles' hopes that Lou eventually would become a doctor himself. Now, Lou waits, along with other honor students, for Miss Gladys Roberts, their science teacher. But Lou's battle within himself is raging and is about to make itself known.
Thank you for waiting, but I had to pick up the keys. Now, there are just a few minutes left before we have to get back to school and the rest of our classes. But first, I think we'd better decide how you'll team up.
Girls against boys?
We don't want to embarrass them too much, do we?
Right.
Try us, right, Lou?
I think we'd better decide by numbers. We'll pick two teams to start. Those two who get the closest to the number I've just written down are a team, as are the remaining two.
1.
Girls first, you creep. 5.
Carolyn?
Okay, 7.
Lou? 10.
The number was 2. So, Dennis, you and Pat will work together, and Carolyn and Lou will work together. So that's settled.
Congratulations. You lucked out.
You've got to be kidding.
Oh, good luck, you guys. You'll need it.
I don't know about that. Shall we mop the floor with them, Lou?
Why not?
Mr. Klinger continues to assure me that we'll have the colony enclosure in an hour or two.
Well, let's hear it from Mr. Klinger.
Yay, Mr. Klinger.
Yay.
I will be responsible for transporting our animals. So unless you hear from me to the contrary, I'll expect the two of you to be here, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed as the welcoming committee.
Big dance at the gym?
Forget it. Here are the keys. Dennis, Lou. Each team, together with the two teams from Mrs. Haverford's class, will start monitoring this afternoon and tonight. Monitoring hours are from after school until 5 and 3 nights a week from 7:30 to 9:30. You're expected to take your turn on Saturdays, too. There'll be a work schedule posted on that door. Please read it. Dr. Rossi was kind enough to let us use this facility. Please, let's not abuse it. The rest of the class will come by every Thursday, at which time the 4 of you will bring them up to date on the experiment.
Look, I'll see you a little later. I'm going to try and catch my dad, all right?
Yeah, okay.
Attention, please. There will be a staff meeting in 10 minutes. Attention, please. There will be a staff meeting in 10 minutes.
Hello, this is Dr. Miles.
Oh, just a moment, please. Sorry to have kept you waiting. Who did you want? Thank you. Sorry, Dr. Miles.
Yes, I'd like to place a call to Harbor Hospital, New York City, please.
Anyone in particular, Doctor?
No.
Okay, Dr. Miles. Doctor's Hospital, one moment, please.
Mr. Atwell, please report to therapy. Mr. Atwell.
I have
please
Harbor
report
Hospital,
to
New York,
therapy.
Dr. Miles.
Yes, I'd like to check on the condition of a male patient, E.J. Cunningham.
One moment, please. Fifth floor, intensive care ward. Miss Wood speaking.
Yes, I'm calling to check on the conditions of a male patient named E.J. Cunningham.
There has been no change in his condition.
You mean he's still in a coma?
There's no change in his condition.
Yeah, thank you.
the charges. On that New York call?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, Harry.
Oh, hi, Mike.
Have you seen Roden Heights?
Roden who?
That's the old laboratory downstairs in the basement, the one we're turning over to the high school science project.
Yeah. When are they moving in?
Well, you already have.
You're kidding.
No. Lock, stock, and a barrel full of rats. You ought to see it. They've got a sign on the door that says, Roden Heights, a planned community. Yeah, I just hope their planned community includes a few locks for those rat cages, that's all.
Jose, did you run into my son while you were down there?
No, the kids had already gone. Why?
Oh, not important. Just ask.
Well, I hope this is a good idea.
Oh, Mike, please forgive me for coming here like this, but I had to talk to you.
Well, what is it?
It's Fred. Mike, Fred has threatened to take me into court. He's demanding custody of Carolyn.
Oh, that's ridiculous. He can't demand anything like that. The court has already given custody to you.
Well, evidently, it's possible if you make enough false accusations.
Well, she's more than a child. The court would simply ask her to make her own choice.
And who do you think she'd choose, him or me?
Honey, listen, how did all this get started?
All he has to do is offer, Mike. And she'd go to him just like that.
Honey.
Mike, please. What am I going to do?
Well, first of all, we're going to have to try and calm down and start at the beginning, huh?
Well, Fred went to talk to Jeff at the shoreline, and whatever they talked about convinced that husband of mine.
Ex-husband.
That ex-husband of mine. That Carolyn is involved with this boy, just as I knew all along. And he blames me for letting it happen.
Of course he does.
He says that I have set a very bad example, and that we have flaunted our relationship before the entire town.
You're kidding.
And he says that we are fast becoming a public scandal.
Well, I wish you'd said that to me. Honey, listen to me a minute. There aren't 5 people in Peyton Place who know about us, and less who care. Except for Carolyn and her suddenly self-righteous father.
But they're the ones who count.
Don't we?
No. I mean, no. No, not if it's going to tear her apart like this.
Wait a minute. Are we talking about the same girl? I mean, you act as though she's completely going to pieces or running wild in the streets or something. Are we talking about the same young lady? The girl who was selected as an honored student to work on a very important science project for a high school here in the hospital? Is that the girl you're talking about?
She's so proud of that.
Well, she has every right to be. And look, what exactly have we done except maybe bend over backwards to be discreet?
She has resented us from the very beginning.
Yes, she has. But she hasn't resented her father's behavior at any time. She seemed to manage a wink at his entanglements, including the one that caused your divorce. And I seem to remember she was very nice to Miss Donna, what's-her-name, and her father when we met at the restaurant.
Well, Carolyn won't listen to any of that. She has just decided to ignore all of that about Fred.
Sure, well, that might be because you've convinced her that she can do it and do what she pleases.
But, Mike, you were the one who told me she was too old to be treated like a child.
Well, she is too old.
Oh, Mike, please. Please. Just don't scold me.
Honey, I'm sorry. I was just trying to put things in their perspective, that's all.
Oh, it's just I took enough from Fred, and I didn't get any sleep last night.
Why didn't you call me? Hmm? Why didn't you just call me?
Because I had to think it all out first.
And what did you decide?
You know what I decided.
Well, I'm not going to accept that.
Well, I can't let her go and live with Fred. I have to keep her with me somehow.
Well, I don't care. I'm not going to accept it.
You think I enjoy this? You think I want to lose you?
There's another solution. We could get married. Why not? I mean, right away. I mean, that would take care of Fred's nonsense. And if we were to be married respectably, then, he couldn't say that we were setting a bad example, and it would remove Carolyn's favorite charge that we were living with a double standard, wouldn't it?
Well, I think that's very sweet of you. But you see, I don't think people should get married just to solve a problem. And I don't think that you should have to propose under pressure. You can call it part of my female pride, but I don't want it to look as though I was just fishing for a proposal. And besides, it might help our argument with Carolyn, but she'd still go just running straight to her father.
How did he find out? How did he find out about Jeff and Carolyn in the first place?
Because I called him.
Why?
Well, Mikey's her father. He had to know.
I see.
And besides, I simply can't handle this anymore alone. I've just got to have some help.
Well, you got it.
Oh, Mike, why does this have to be so complicated? Why can't we just love each other?
I don't know. Why can't we?